In this video, I want to share with you what you heard so many times about why the rich stay rich and the poor stay poor. There's several factors, there's several reasons, but I just want to address just one small thing. Now, depending on how you look at it, it might be big, but I think it's a very small thing. It's a very you don't it doesn't take a lot to change your mindset. And what I mean by that is whether you want to be a consumer or a producer. You see, like I said, you and I have a lot in common in the sense that we spend money at different places. Just today, you probably bought gas. You probably are watching this video on a computer. You probably drove today. You probably bought food today. You probably went on Facebook. You probably went on WhatsApp. You probably the several things I can think of. Maybe you traveled, got on a plane, got a hotel, just different things that you did today. And what I mean by that is you at some point interacted with a service or a product, and behind that service and product is a company, and behind that company there's a very high chance it's a publicly traded company, meaning they sell stocks. Now the question is, how many of those stocks do you own? And so here's a list of what I believe are companies where which we interact with every single day. And when you look there, what you have is you have Walmart. I've been to Walmart this past month for sure. I was at McDonald's just yesterday. I was at KFC a couple days ago, and I had a Coke this past week. Lululemon. I bought my wife a couple of what do you call these things? Leggings. Those things, the Lululemon leggings are expensive. They cost more than $100 each. And any company that's selling it is able to sell leggings for $100 a piece, and people are still buying. There was a line in there. They're doing something right. And of course, American Express goes without saying. Those are credit cards, but as a company, it's a great company, right? Hilton. I took my family on a vacation a few weeks ago, and we stayed at the Hilton. And you know what happened after that? I bought stock. Why? Because I just realized, this company's not going anywhere. I like the service here. I think those were great rooms that we stayed at, and I decided, it's time to purchase Hilton stock. So I did that. And of course, Lowe's. If you own a home, you're gonna go either to Home Depot or Lowe's. I typically go to Lowe's, and therefore, it's on there. And if you buy gas, that gas was chances very high chance it was produced by Chevron or Exxon Mobil, which I also have here. And not only that, there's what you don't realize is these companies. I mean the oil industry, and therefore, when it comes to crude oil is part of our lives, right? There's stuff in your vehicle. The most of the building material in your home is made out of crude. A lot of products. There is no way we can survive today without crude oil, and most people don't realize that it's not just benzene and gasoline and naphtha and all these things that we get from crude oil. Crude oil is just our lives today. I don't know what they would look like without crude oil. It is such a the cell phone, stuff in the cell phone is it comes from crude. I can go on, and that's another video that I'm gonna share with you guys. Just why fossil fuels are important. Now that's a different topic. That's a different topic for another day. But yeah. Let's go back to the video here. So Chipotle, they got great food there. I eat there sometimes. Microsoft, you can't go if you're doing any business. You can't do business without Word. Now you can, of course, use Docs and Google Docs and stuff like that. But Microsoft is just part of our lives. PowerPoint, Excel, and all those things. Microsoft is just, it's such a great company. They have such great products. And we think of Google. Google, there's no day that goes by where you're not Googling something. It's just so part of your life that you don't do. I don't even imagine what life would look like today without Google, because you Google everything. It's not even, it's even part of a lexicon that, this is a verb now. And then we have Apple. My phone, used Apple since I can't even remember when. I think it's a great company. I love my phone. My iPhone is just part of your life. You wake up, you have your calendars on there, you have your alarm, you have your name it. Apple is part of your life. It's part of your. That's just the way it is. And then there's Tesla there. I don't own a Tesla, but I do own the stock. We have Amazon. No week goes by when you at least I don't buy something on Amazon. I try not to do it. Every week, at least for sure every month I buy something from Amazon. I buy my books from Amazon. I buy pretty much everything from Amazon. And of course Facebook. You know, you have Facebook account, Instagram, and WhatsApp, and Nvidia. Nvidia is not something that most people realize they interact with every single day. However, Nvidia is the bedrock of technology today. What do I mean by that? Your iPhone has Nvidia chips, right? These are semiconductors that make everything work. Without semiconductors, again, my background is in electrical engineering, so the simplest way I can explain these things to you is that without a chip, you would need so many wires. Okay, just for example, your cell phone. If you didn't have semiconductors, you would need literally your bedroom. I'll use an example, but just your bedroom size full of wire just to make the software work, right? That's a lot of copper that you would need one point to the other. So what semiconductors and these microprocessors and chips allow us to do is to shrink all that network of wires into a small piece of silicon. And that's why it's called Silicon Valley, because we use the silicon is used to make these semiconductors. And so it's such a great technology that has changed our lives forever, that we don't, without semiconductors there is no life as we know it today. And that's why when you hear people talking about Nvidia is because Nvidia is making chips that are allowing us, or allowing companies to do sophisticated things with artificial intelligence. The NVIDIA chips have shown that they're so powerful when it comes to processing data. And when you're doing artificial intelligence, you need a lot of computing power, and the NVIDIA chips allowing technology companies to be able to do that. And therefore, that's why all of a sudden this stock has just taken off. Um, you know, I've done well with the Nvidia stock, and it's going to be splitting here. I'm making this video. This is June 2nd, June, and I think next week it's going to be splitting 10-1. That doesn't mean anything as far as where the portfolio is concerned. 10-1 doesn't mean anything. It just means, okay, if you had one stock, now you have 10 stocks, but it doesn't really do anything as far as the value. If you had one share of Nvidia at $1,000 and we split them into 10, that doesn't mean you have 10,000. No, it just means that now your 10, your $1,000 is now split 10 ways, and a share is now $100. So the actual value of your portfolio, your position, is still $1,000. And so these are the companies we interact with every day. The reason I love stocks is because you have an opportunity to invest in such great companies, and these companies have such strong brands that it is what Warren Buffett calls a moat. A moat is very difficult to they do have competitors, but it's very, very difficult to get rid of them. And what I mean by that is Coca-Cola has no competition. There is Pepsi, but Coca-Cola is not going anywhere. It'll always be there, right? McDonald's is not going anywhere. People will always eat McDonald's, and Walmart is not going anywhere. Even with Amazon, Walmart, there's people that still just want to go buy a product. There's two people that want to get into Walmart. KFC is not going anywhere. People will always be eating chicken. That's just. I mean, I love that KFC. KFC is just, whew, man, it's good. Lowe's, people are going to be building houses. American Express, people are going to be using credit cards. People are still going to have hotels, whether there's Airbnb, people are still going to have hotels. That's why Hilton is there. Microsoft, I mean, it's been around for a long time and it will continue doing what it does. Google, Tesla. Tesla is on the cutting edge when it comes to vehicles, right? It's not only cars, but the technology when it comes to batteries is better than anybody else, right? The technology when it comes to self-driving, which is artificial intelligence, it's better than anybody else's. And so it just not just the car itself, but the technology that the Tesla has, and of course at the helm is an eccentric, the eccentric Elon Musk. If you want to bet on somebody, you want to bet on Elon Musk because he definitely knows what he's doing. Forget about his antiques and all those things, but he must just a pure engineer. He knows what he's doing, and therefore he's gonna take Tesla places. We've talked about Apple, Amazon, Exxon, all these companies. What am I trying to say? You cannot be just a consumer, guys. You cannot be a consumer and be successful in this world today. You have to get to a point where you become a producer. And the stock market allows us to be able to have access to these companies in a way that is so efficient than it's ever been. Just in my office right here, in my home office, I'm able to buy these companies. I couldn't growing up, I couldn't imagine even being able to own companies like Microsoft, let alone Google. It's in several of these companies. I own each and every of these companies, and so can you. So I'm not here trying to impress you, but I'm trying to impress upon you that look, here we do have an opportunity to be able to invest in these companies, and these companies grow over time, and your portfolio grows over time instead of just consuming, just making somebody else out there rich. And that's why the rich stay rich, because they are producers, right? They own stock in these companies, and as you consume stuff, whatever it is that you're consuming, their portfolio grows. What you want to do is you don't just want to be the person consuming. You want to be a producer. You want to join the rich. I'll give an example. When you make money off of the stock market, right? There's as your stock goes up, there's what we call capital gains. Those capital gains are taxed at around 20%, right? Even less than that, 15-20%, somewhere there, right? Your income as a worker is taxed at 30%. Now, the actual numbers, the actual percent might be different for different people, but all I can tell you is that businesses are taxed at a lower tax than an employee. And therefore, this is the reason why the rich stay rich, because capital gains are just taxed at a lower rate than an employee. So, if you want to get ahead, if you and I want to get ahead, we cannot be just relying on income from our 9 to 5 job. We have to figure out a way to start investing in these companies, and of course, benefit from capital gains that are not taxed at a high rate compared to being just an employee. And of course, we have to also benefit from our portfolio, in a sense that we somehow are always going to be ahead of inflation. If you just save your money in your bank account, inflation is going to erode the value of your capital. You don't want that. When you invest in the stock market, which of course over the past 100 years has gained at least 10%, has averaged 10% every year. Some years are good, some years are bad, but on average, the stock market has returned 10% every single year over time. An average of 10% every single year. There's no investment out there that has done better than the stock market. It's just not there. Gold, silver, I don't care what it is. The stock market has done better than any investment vehicle out there. Now, I can bank on something that has a track record of 100 years, and I can bank on something that might not have a track record of 100 years. And so I believe, just like Warren Buffett believes, that America is just going to do just fine, right? That the stock market is just going to do just fine. And therefore, I'm urging you, friend, that if you have money aside, if you have savings aside, it's never too late to get in the market. It doesn't matter what anybody says. You're investing for the long haul. It's not, oh, you're investing today, the stock goes down, you pull out your money. That's not what we're here for. We are holders, right? We buy and hold. These are assets. You don't own an asset and all of a sudden you get rid of it tomorrow. That's not how it works. You want to hold an asset, hold it for a long time. If you hold on to Coca-Cola, it's gonna be there. You're gonna reap the dividends of holding an asset like Coca-Cola, McDonald's, any of these companies. You and I are owners, and not just we're not just consumers. We want to be owners. We want to be part of the American elite. All right, the American elite are people that own things. Right, they are landlords, they're owners, not just consumers. Anyway, guys, this is what I just wanted to share with you. That it's we have, you and I have an opportunity to really change the trajectory of our family tree. Our legacy. We can leave it. We can leave an inheritance for our kids when we invest in these companies that are going to be there for a long time, and therefore there is no excuse. We don't have an excuse why we shouldn't be investing in the stock market. We don't have an excuse why we should only just be consumers and not and not producers. And therefore it's very easy to get involved to really start buying stocks. I'm gonna go into a different video on how to do that, but I just want to urge everybody, if you're listening or watching this video, that it's never too late to get involved in the stock market. The stock market is not a casino. People say it's a casino. It's not. It's very different. Actually, that's a video for another time. Is the stock market is the stock market, investing in the stock market, gambling? It is not gambling. It is not. Well, it's just not. So, but that's another video. Anyway, if there's any topics that you are passionate about that you would like for me to address, just leave a comment. Leave that comment below and tell me, hey, can you talk about whatever topic? That way we can just learn together as we go. Anyway, that's all I had today. Have a good day. Bye.